Hey folks, welcome back here to the Vegas Don Channel. We're here at Emerald Springs, I think this is called. Had a commenter ask me to come in here and take a look at this area. It's right off of Nellis here, in between in between Stewart and Bonanza. Definitely looks better than a lot of the other apartment complexes we've seen on the east side of town, that's for sure. Definitely looks a lot better. Again, these are the mean streets of East Las Vegas here, where we do all things Vegas on the Vegas Don Channel. Not just the glitz and glam of the Las Vegas Strip and Fremont Street, but all things Vegas. The dumpsters are all in enclosures here. Ain't that something? Imagine that. That's a very rare thing here on the east side of town. You see dumpsters all over the streets. I mean, dumpsters, big whole dumpsters. This person just figures they'll pull out in the middle of traffic. And that's what they do. That's like that collision that I got into. People just keep backing up until they figure you just have to stop for them. If you were there for that live stream, every Saturday night we try to do a Las Vegas Strip live drive, and hopefully you're able to join that. It'd be really, really cool if you could join us and check out the Las Vegas Strip live, and every Saturday evening at about 5:30-ish Pacific. Car reads 103 degrees outside right now. I think it's probably a little warmer than that. Building O. Very big complex in here. Again, if you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. Really appreciate you being here. And there's, in the enclosure, now there's no gate on the enclosure or anything, but usually they just put the dumpsters out on the side of the street. There was one development we were in an earlier video not too long ago. You may recall it. If you're a longtime member of the channel, thank you so much, you guys. Where they essentially decided to leave the dumpsters out on the street outside of the enclosures. It's like the garbage man just figured, I don't want to bother. You know, the garbage truck people, they're always on a time, they're always pressed for time anyway, so they've got like production standards or something I think they have to meet, right? They have to do X number of units per hour or something like that. That's what I've heard, I don't know myself. But this area doesn't look that bad. This is behind a Taco Bell and a Sonic over here off of Nellis. Really not too bad. I could see something like this out in like Eastern Summerlin. And, oh, this is a dead end. Okay, so there's a community pool right here behind the community center, policing center it looks like. And the pool is right in there, sort of, but you can't really see it. The car's in the way there. Back out of here. Also, please check out my wife's channel, Cinnamon and Jupiter. She does astrology and spirituality here on YouTube, and even if that's not your thing, if you can still like and subscribe, it would really mean a lot to us. Really want to try and help her grow her channel. That's Cinnamon and Jupiter, also on TikTok. Really, really grateful for you guys. Yeah, so they have these security gates here, but they don't do any good when they're open. But again, this was Arium at Emerald Springs. That's a mouthful. And then the Culinary Arts Center here, or Health Center, correction, Culinary Health Center across the street here. And let's see what we got. Got a minivan and a tire shop and a bunch of 7-Elevens. More 7-Elevens in this town than any other metro in the country. Abiertos hoy. Love Car Wash is open now at 7 a.m., guys. Just in case you were wondering. There's a Midas that's closed. Usually they're open on a Saturday. I wonder if they've closed up shop for good. cold beer here, it says there at PT's. PT's is a local chain. And then right over here, you've got an Applebee's, which is one of the lone sit-down places that you can eat in this town. Come up here to Stewart. And we'll have to wait for the light. We'll pause it for a moment. Forgot to turn you guys back on. We are now westbound on Stewart Avenue. Crepe station over there on the left. And then this is one of the many washes here in town you see down there. Used to collect rainwater. When it rains here, the ground is too hard for the rain to soak in. And so it just floods everything above ground, creating a mess, especially for traffic. And that, in turn, leads to a lot of very dangerous situations for a lot of motor vehicles and motorists here in this town. This is another thing about living on a major street here. You never know who's going to come flying through the back wall of your residence. We see that a lot all over town. We also read 75% of all hit and runs in Clark County go unsolved. 7-5, guys. That's 3 out of every 4. 3/4. Those are pretty good odds. But not when it comes to a solve rate for a law enforcement agency. Now, in contrast, I wonder what the solve rate is for crimes that occur at casinos. I'm sure it's pretty low. And of course the casinos pay property tax and into the tax base and everything just like everyone else. But they get far more than their fair share of law enforcement and attention from law enforcement as we cross Lamb. What just happened there was completely rare. A green light at Lamb here in Stewart. I almost didn't know what to do with myself. I'm so used to sitting and waiting at that light. Like, what do I do now? I'm used to waiting 3-4 minutes for that light. Yeah, 75% of hit and runs. So you take into account the number and volume of folks that drive around in this town without tags on their cars. That's a problem. That is a huge problem. There are a lot of folks driving around without tags. You know, they'll go out and they'll get the tag, or I'm sorry, they'll go out and get the insurance that they need, and then they'll get their tag. The day after they get their tag from the state, boop, they call the insurance, cancel it. And then when the tag expires, they just take the tag off. They don't even bother leaving the expired tag on. I guess they figure if a cop pulls up behind them. And there's a little known thing that's out there. So ever since COVID especially, now no one's DMV in this country is efficient at all. No one would ever accuse anyone's DMV of ever being efficient and smooth running. But ever since COVID, this state has gotten really, really bad. So if you go and you buy a car privately from someone or something, and you're waiting for tax from the state, it'll take months. It'll literally take months. So a lot of times there are folks legitimately driving around with insurance on cars that do not have tags, simply because the state takes forever to get them in there, into the DMV for an appointment. Absolutely awful. Again, if you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. Really appreciate you guys being here. And please check out Cinnamon and Jupiter here on YouTube and TikTok, as well as vids from Mike here on YouTube. VIDSFROMMIKE does some awesome sunrise and sunset drone videos that you do not want to miss here in Las Vegas, along with time-lapse weather videos, etc. We'll pause it for a moment. Finally got the green light here at Pecos/Pecos. I've been told it's pronounced Pecos, and then the time that I do that, then I get people commenting and saying, no, you moron, it's Pecos, or whatever they call me. They call me a lot of things in the comments. Yeah, don't become a live streamer or any kind of streamer on Vegas, on any type of channel. There's the Las Vegas City, Las Vegas Detention Center right there on the right. If you don't have a thick skin, you gotta be thick-skinned, unfortunately. I get some real doozies out there. And then I just have others telling me that I'm uneducated, uninformed, etc. Sorry, guys. There's Minker Sports Complex right there on the left. Looks like it's an indoor complex. So I'm not sure exactly what goes on in there. It might be like basketball courts, volleyball maybe. I'm not sure. They don't have any other signage outside. But we would like to thank you so very, very much for being here. Please do like, follow, share, and subscribe. And as always, remember here on the Vegas Don channel, it is the journey. Where what happens in Vegas? The Vegas Don channel on YouTube. Thank you guys so very, very much for being here. We will see you guys on the next one. A heartfelt thank you. We love you guys.